Welcome to our video on Prevent Skin Cancer, what sunscreens actually work. As the most common form of cancer in the United States and in many other countries worldwide, skin cancer affects millions of people each year. Despite its prevalence, many people still underestimate the importance of protecting their skin from the sun's harmful rays. That's where sunscreen comes in. But with so many options on the market, how do you know which ones actually works? In today's video, we'll dive deep into the science behind sunscreen and its crucial role in preventing skin cancer. We'll explore the different types of sunscreen, the key ingredients to look for, and the common myths that may be holding you back from proper sun protection. Stick with us until the end as we reveal the essential features to look for in a sunscreen that truly safeguards your skin health. Now let's get started. How sunscreens prevent skin cancer. Sunscreens are an important tool in preventing skin cancer, as UV radiation from the sun is associated with 80 to 90% of all skin cancers. They work by blocking UV radiation. As such, sunscreens help prevent the damage that can lead to skin cancer developing over time. UV rays can damage the DNA in skin cells, leading to genetic mutations that cause cells to grow out of control and form skin cancer. Sunscreens contain active ingredients that either absorb or reflect UV light, providing a protective barrier. Several well-conducted randomized controlled trials have demonstrated that regular sunscreen use significantly reduces the risk of certain skin cancers. For example, a 2018 study published in JAMA looked at sunscreen use and melanoma risk among young Australian adults. It found that childhood sunscreen use and lifetime sunscreen use were significantly associated with a decreased risk of cutaneous melanoma among young adults. So, while using sunscreen alone shouldn't be your only strategy to prevent skin cancer, the evidence strongly supports that when used regularly as directed, sunscreens are effective at reducing your long-term risk. Now, let's talk about two main types of sunscreens. First, there are chemical sunscreens. These work like a sponge, absorbing the UV rays before they can damage your skin. Chemical sunscreens tend to be easier to rub into your skin without leaving a white residue. Common ingredients you might see on the label include avobenzone and octisalate. The other type is physical sunscreen, also called mineral sunscreen. These act like a shield, sitting on top of your skin and reflecting the UV rays away. The active ingredients in these are usually titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. Physical sunscreens are often gentler on sensitive skin. They work immediately upon application, unlike chemical sunscreens which need to be applied about 15–30 minutes before sun exposure. Interestingly, while it was previously thought that physical sunscreens only reflected UV light, recent research shows they absorb a significant amount of UV rays as well. The good news is that both types have been rigorously tested and are considered safe and effective. Many sunscreens today actually combine chemical and physical ingredients for more complete protection. Let's move on and discuss some important sunscreen terms: SPF and broad spectrum. When you're shopping for sunscreen, you'll notice a couple of important terms on the labels: SPF and broad spectrum. Understanding what these terms mean can help you choose the right sunscreen to protect your skin from damage that can lead to skin cancer. SPF stands for Sun Protection Factor. It's a measure of how well the sunscreen protects against UVB rays, the type that causes sunburn and plays a key role in skin cancer. The SPF number tells you how long it would take for your skin to redden with the sunscreen compared to without it. So if you normally burn in 10 minutes, SPF 15 would let you stay in the sun 15 times longer, or 150 minutes before burning. But there's a catch. This is only true if you apply enough sunscreen and reapply it every 2 hours. Most people don't use nearly enough, so your actual protection is often a lot lower than the SPF number. That's why dermatologists recommend using at least SPF 30, and higher is even better. Now, SPF only measures UVB protection, but you also need to shield your skin from UVA rays, which penetrate deeper, cause aging, and also contribute to skin cancer. That's where broad spectrum comes in. This term means the sunscreen filters both UVA and UVB rays. It's crucial to look for this on the label in addition to an SPF of 30 and above. For the best protection, choose a sunscreen that's labeled broad spectrum SPF 30 or higher. Apply it liberally, reapply often, and don't forget other sun safety habits like seeking shade during peak hours and wearing protective clothing. Before we go any further, I want us to talk about common sunscreen myths. When it comes to sunscreen, there can be a lot of misinformation out there. Let's clear up some common sunscreen myths so you can make informed decisions about your sun protection. One myth is that you only need sunscreen on sunny days. But the truth is, UV rays can penetrate through clouds and even glass windows. That's why dermatologists recommend wearing sunscreen every day, rain or shine, even if you're mostly indoors. Another misconception is that a base tan will protect you from sunburn, but any change in your skin color is already a sign of damage. A tan is your skin's attempt to protect itself from further harm, but it's not nearly as effective as sunscreen. In fact, a tan only provides about SPF 3 protection, while the American Academy of Dermatology recommends using at least SPF 30. Some people also believe that sunscreen ingredients are harmful or even cause cancer. Decades of research have shown that sunscreen is safe and effective. A 2020 review in the Canadian Medical Association Journal concluded that there is strong evidence that sunscreen reduces the risk of skin cancer, with no evidence of serious harm from approved ingredients. It's also a myth that you can't get a tan while wearing sunscreen. While sunscreen does reduce tanning, no product can block 100% of UV rays. That's why it's important to reapply every 2 hours after swimming or sweating, and to use other sun protection measures like seeking shade and wearing protective clothing. Don't let misinformation stop you from protecting your skin. Choose a broad-spectrum SPF 30+ sunscreen you like, and use it daily as part of a comprehensive sun protection plan. Now, let's get to the main question. What kind of sunscreens actually work? We already covered how you should choose sunscreen with an SPF of 30 or higher, and how you should go for a broad-spectrum one in order to ensure that you block both UVA and UVB rays. But there are also other factors you should look out for. If you're going to be swimming or sweating a lot, look for sunscreen with a water-resistant formula. These are tested to ensure they maintain their SPF level after 40 or 80 minutes of water exposure or sweating. Just remember, no sunscreen is completely waterproof or sweatproof, so you'll still need to reapply when you get out of the water or dry off. If you're going to be using sunscreen on a daily basis under your makeup, you may also have to consider how it looks on your skin. Sunscreens come in lotions, creams, gels, and sticks, so you can find one you enjoy applying. For your face, you might prefer a lightweight, non-greasy formula that works well under makeup. If you have sensitive skin that's easily irritated, mineral sunscreens with zinc oxide or titanium dioxide are often a good choice, as these ingredients are less likely to cause reactions than some chemical filters. One type of sunscreen to use with caution for people with sensitive skin is spray sunscreen. While convenient, the spray can be drying on the skin and irritating for the nasal passages if you inhale it. It's also harder to tell if you've applied enough. If you do use a spray, be sure to spray generously and rub it in well. Avoid spraying directly on your face. Instead, spray into your hands and then apply. Also remember, the best sunscreen is the one you'll use consistently. So in addition to choosing one with broad spectrum protection and a high enough SPF, find a formula you like, whether that's a lightweight lotion, a hydrating cream, or a convenient stick. Then apply it liberally and often for the best protection against skin cancer and aging. Now let's talk about proper sunscreen use. With so many different types of sunscreens out there, it can be confusing to know exactly how to apply it for maximum protection. As we've already discussed, choose a sunscreen that's broad spectrum, meaning it protects against both UVA and UVB rays. Look for an SPF of at least 30 and make sure it's water resistant if you'll be swimming or sweating. Now here's the important part. You need to use enough sunscreen and apply it often. Most adults need about 1 ounce, or enough to fill a shot glass, to fully cover their body. Don't forget often missed spots like your ears, the backs of your hands, and the tops of your feet. Apply sunscreen at least 15 minutes before going outside so it has time to absorb into your skin. Then reapply every 2 hours, or more often if you're swimming or sweating heavily. A 2001 study that looked at when should sunscreen be reapplied determined that sunscreen users should apply sunscreen liberally to exposed sites 15 to 30 minutes before going out into the sun, followed by reapplication of sunscreen to exposed sites 15 to 30 minutes after sun exposure begins. Further reapplication is necessary after vigorous activity that could remove sunscreen, such as swimming, toweling, or excessive sweating and rubbing. And don't think you're off the hook on cloudy days. Up to 80% of the sun's UV rays can penetrate through clouds. That's why it's important to make sunscreen a daily habit, even when it's overcast. Remember, sunscreen is just one part of a complete sun protection strategy. Whenever possible, seek shade during peak sun hours. Wear protective clothing like long sleeves and wide-brimmed hats, and don't forget your sunglasses to protect your eyes. By being diligent about proper sunscreen use and practicing other sun-safe habits, you can significantly reduce your risk of skin cancer and premature aging. And there you have it, our video on how to prevent skin cancer. What sunscreens actually work? We'd love to hear from you. If you have any additional sunscreen information you'd like to share, or if you have a sunscreen myth you'd like to debunk, let us know in the comments below. Your tips and suggestions are highly valued and can provide great additional knowledge for our community. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more educational content. And if you'd like to show your gratitude, consider sending us a super thanks. Your support allows us to continue creating informative content and spreading awareness about important health topics. Also, don't forget to check out our merch for some fantastic finds. Take charge of your health. Skin cancer is indeed one of the most common types of cancer out there, but it is also readily preventable, and one of the best ways to do is by using sunscreen. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.